Okay, so here we go. We are going to move on to puzzle 2.
All right, tell me when I'm starting.
I've invited you to the analysis board. It is white to play for everybody watching, and the clock starts now.
Okay. Material, even. My king safety, very good. Their king safety leaves a lot to be desired. I've got a bishop hanging. They have a knight under attack from a pawn. So, all right, let's just look at captures to start. So if bishop takes e7, the problem is they go knight takes e7, and that's just material equality. What if I go pawn takes d5 first, pawn takes d5, bishop takes g5? Okay. What if... Okay, let's see. So the king, there's pieces around the king. And also there's some like awkwardness with some other pieces, like hanging pieces. Let's see. Mm. All right, so I'm looking at things like pawn takes d5, bishop takes g5, and ideas of like queen g4, but there's nothing really there. I don't see. Not really seeing. Let's see. Can I make any good tempo moves with my bishop? How much time do I have? Oh,
You currently
yeah.
have 9 minutes and 39
Yeah.
seconds.
All right, I gotta speed up.
Don't let me distract you.
And the fidget is back out. Oh Lord. Okay. Hmm. Wait, hold on. This doesn't have to be. I forget. These don't always have to be tactics. I can just pick the best move. So maybe there's not. Maybe there's not necessarily a tactic. Uh, I could. Hold on. Takes.
Oops.
Takes. Takes. I guess. All right, Danny. I'm about to do something crazy.
Okay, you do what you got to do.
I'm about to do something crazy
You do what you
that
got to do.
I'm not sure I would otherwise ever do, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, man. You can't talk me out of it.
I'm putting up a big fight, but you do what you got to do.
Queen takes d5.
Wow, you just saved yourself in this 15-minute drill by getting that. Seriously.
First of all, I want you to know that the first puzzle I was like, okay, first puzzle, whatever. Second
Right.
puzzle, I can definitely see the lessons you're trying to teach me and like what area of my game you're really hitting at right now.
So then tell the fans, let's
Yeah.
continue to self-reflect then. Why do you think this
Mhm.
position was tough for you, and what do you think what do you think the lesson is?
So for me personally, I like kind of safe chess. I like chess where everything is very under control. And I really don't like sacrificing pieces. And I'm really not so comfortable when there's imbalances.
Right.
And so certain imbalances, like, say, 3 minors for a queen are things that somehow don't even cross my mind to start.
Right. Well, not only that, but it's also difficult because I would say that you tend to prefer, you're willing to go for tactics and concrete variations if you feel like the response is forced. But when there's multiple options for your opponent, it's hard to make sense of the tree, right? Once you hit a tree, which means multiple branches of variations, it's always hard, right?
Yeah.
So
well,
even
for
if
me
it's
especially, I need to like remind myself that
right.
I do want the 3 minor pieces over the queen.
Well, let me ask you something else about this position. Looking at the looking at it to start, what do you think Black's last move was in this position?
Black's last move was I'm gonna guess they took a pawn on d5.
That's right, with the knight.
Yeah.
Right? Because this is a common tactic. Whenever you have the ability to gobble a free pawn, this idea where you unleash a discovery based on the fact that if and when they capture e7, you're able to take back with the knight, right? So everyone can visualize the black knight on f6 and that there was a white pawn on d5. Black took that pawn thinking he's getting out of it free, right? And if white captures anything on e7, black can take back with the knight. Now, you get the correct answer to this position. However, the way you started talking about, I realized maybe you didn't calculate all the variations all the way through. This is okay because, again, these positions are set up to be practical in nature, and Dvoretsky always had a rule which was if you get the first move right, you get it right.
No. Let's play it. If I don't quite have something.
After queen takes d5, bishop takes d5, you're not getting 3 pieces for the queen. You're actually just winning a piece. But how do you win a piece?
Oh, I'm actually just winning a piece.
Mm-hmm. You'll see in just a few seconds. Just calculate the force, the force of moves.
Yeah, so first I was looking at bishop takes
exactly.
e7.
Yep.
Yeah.
But what's the best move?
The best move is the actual knight.
And after king h8, the move?
I have the discovered check.
Very good. And at the end of the line, white will be winning because black is unable to take 2 pieces at once and save the bishop.
Okay. No, I didn't quite have it then. I thought bishop takes e7. I didn't see that.
Right, and after the reason this isn't great is because of this move and this move alone. Because now if you take it, they're actually getting the knight.
Okay, but so then.
Even if you take the rook, right? I mean.
Gotcha. No, you're right.
So at the end of the line, you have a rook and a minor for the queen, which.
Yeah, which is not.
It's well, black is certainly better, right? But okay, again, we're giving you the puzzle based on the first move tonight overall.
No, but you're right. I missed queen d7. Knight e7 is definitely stronger.
Because of your own struggles in the game, because of your own weaknesses, it is good for you to see that it takes you long. It takes you maybe too long to find the most forcing move. And here's my advice for that, because the overall lesson I prepared last position we had this sacrifice. In this position, there's a rule in chess which is. When there are multiple pieces hanging, you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't consider every possible capture. Like by every, so notice all the captures you start with are always going to be knight, bishop, and pawn, right? Those are going to be the easy ones to start with. And it doesn't mean that you don't start with those, but if you don't at least consider the consequences of this capture, you're doing the position a disservice. Because okay, when there's not a lot of pieces hanging or things don't seem crazy, sacrificing a queen is probably wrong 95% of the time, and that's true, right? But in these cases, you have to push yourself and you have to think ahead.